to be sincere, my major challenges will be three. Food. Most times it's food. The ration I get is not always sufficient for me. Then secondly, sometimes there are times I want to sleep more in the morning, but I will have to wake up because it's time for me to wake up, and everything we do in camp here is done in sequence with time. And thirdly, maybe missing some people, my mom, my dad. That's just it.
I think I've been faring well. Basically, the work has been, well, I say, tenuous to an extent. The drill, never done drilling before, so this is like the first time I'm doing it. And while I'm cashing on, although I'm making some mistakes and all that, so it's been an experience, a wonderful time actually, even though the stress is there.
Well, it's been challenging in some aspects and it's been tough in some aspects, but overall, it's molding me up.
The discipline in camp is really tough, and for some time I've not been very disciplined. You understand, when you're in university and you're allowed to do things your own way. But now with this 4M, the few experiences we've had in the morning, it's not been very easy. The parade, the drills, the PT exercises. So I've been learning, and I think I'm a more disciplined person now.
The contestants set out, clearly excited about their good fortune. Many of them had heard and read about the Idonre Hills. Now they would have the opportunity to experience it as well. What they did not know was that yet another training for future leadership awaited them there.
Well, I think my major challenge is the physical test, because I'm really not somebody you call a very strong person. So being able to do the things that I'm doing, in short, I can't even believe that I'm the one doing them. I'm really surprised. But really, the physical have really been my challenge, and I thank God that, yeah, I've learned. And one thing I've learned is that mastering your fears, that there is nothing you can't do. As long as you tell yourself that you can do this, you encourage yourself. You're the first way to encourage yourself to do something, not other people, because they can only hype you, but it's just you that will actually can take yourself there. So I've learned mastering my fears.
I think the tasks have been quite demanding, but I try as much as possible to take each of the tasks as they come. And I think I've been doing quite well, sir.
I don't have any strategy. My strategy is to be myself.
So my challenge is it's just unknown. I don't know the next task that is ahead of me. But I just prepare my mind how to face anything that I expect or see up front. So that is just the thing.
It hasn't been easy. The first week has been physical. It's been quite physical actually. Yeah, I'm not a physical person in that I don't get to do so much exercises. But my body picked up after a few days, after like a week.
600 steps are to be conquered if the contestants are to reach the top of the hill.
This is the first resting place, but it's too early for us to rest. We still continue the journey now.
The obstacle crossing was really challenging, but the most challenging part is the food. I've not been really getting what I wanted. My favorite food have not been really coming. My favorite food is ogbonna soup, and considering the hard task that they're giving us, we've not been given energy food, so I really need a balance.
My major challenge is I've come to terms with certain realities in life. I used to think I know it all, but I'm being humbled at some point and I'm learning. So far so good. I've performed averagely in both, and I I think I prefer the mental, not because of my size, but I'm not avoiding the physical because of my size, but I prefer the mental.
So far, it's been difficult, but it's been worth it. I've been learning a lot. I'm usually not a very free person, but I've learned to be free with people now, and I see myself coming up.
From the first day we arrived at the base camp, I learned to be very resilient. I want to give a personal experience. I never liked a particular type of food, but when I came to camp, I found out that there was no option. So for the very first time, I tasted that food. And one ironic thing about it was that it was even prepared by the boys. So after eating it, I was convinced in my mind.
It is beginning to dawn on them that the price to be paid for the achievement of the zenith is not cheap. Signs of exhaustion begin to show. Still they press on.
So my challenge is, it's just unknown. I don't know the next task that is ahead of me. But I just prepare my mind how to face anything that I expect or see. Up front. I think I'll face more challenging situations than this in the past or something like that.
Determination, persistence, and team spirit has seen them through.
Contestants are rogue. We are on the way. Contestants are coming. We are on the way. 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 We are on the way.
I welcome the 2010 Heir Apparent participants to Idori Hills in Ondo State. We have climbed about 660 steps before we get to this particular platform. So I want to add to that Idori Hills is one of the world tourist centers we have. And the state government deliberately constructed those steps for the elderly and for the not too elderly, for them to be able to access the hills. And the facilities are available all around. So while you are coming from Akure down to Idori, you find some hotels that are there. You won't be surprised to discover that the hotels are fully booked every weekend. See, while we were coming, we saw a white lady that came to visit Idori Hills. She came all the way from America, and those are the kind of people we have. And we are really encouraging tourism in Ondo State to boost the economy of Ondo State. You will agree with me that tourism is a veritable, investment that will attract revenues into any particular society. And you see, what do we call tourist attractions? Places we can visit to know how the ancient people lived. You understand? I have not been able to know whether there is any mineral that has been discovered here or not. Maybe in future they will do that. But what is most important is that people can come here and see
how people used to live about 1,000 years ago on this particular hill. Not too far from here is the ancient palace that was constructed about 800 years ago. And so these are the places you can visit. And your memory will be refreshing anytime you hear about Idori. And even Ondo State, because it's a world tourist center.
This show has made me realize that I can be myself with so many different people with different characters, and I can relate with them regardless of my prior relationship with them.
We are supposed to transform 360. I think I've transformed over about 180 degrees, and I hope in the times left I should be able to go round the remaining degree to become a full-rounded better person. But sincerely, since I came to this camp, I have become a better person. I've become more disciplined. I've become more time conscious. I've become more resolute. And I think I have my directions better clear-cut. Now I have a clear direction of what I want to achieve. And now I've been given a better horizon to believe in myself, that I can achieve if I can dream. So Heir Apparent has been a very wonderful experience, and it's an experience I really relish forever.
Yeah.